is for cookie.
Yep.
F is for fashion.
That's right.
And one man's name has been synonymous with the latter for the last 4 decades. Everything Kenneth Cole has done is on purpose, and now he is celebrating 40 years of shoes, clothing, and advocacy.
Here. He has never shied away from using his platform to advocate for the causes that he is passionate about, from AIDS to LGBTQ rights. Now, he's focusing on mental wellness for people of all ages. And to do that, he is teaming up with some familiar characters. There they are on your screen. So without any further ado, we welcome to New York Living, the one and only Kenneth Cole.
Kenneth Cole.
This is the 20th anniversary of our 20th anniversary.
I like that better.
That's like when my sister turned 50. She said, this is the second anniversary of my 25th
Same
birthday.
concept.
When you mean when she turned 25 for the second time, please. Sorry, Melissa.
Much younger, more relevant.
That's right.
Right.
It is wonderful to meet you in person.
Yeah.
I've seen your name for, you know,
My
at
whole
least
life.
40 years.
My
Yeah.
whole life.
I've covered your back probably. And on
My
occasion.
feet,
You've
my-
probably walked all over me
I've
on
given-
other occasions.
So you're celebrating this quintessential birthday.
We are.
The humble beginnings are always fascinating to us because you weren't spit out to this Kenneth Cole. You came out as a different human being. So can you tell us about this very interesting way that you started your business?
Oh, okay. That's a longer story. So
Well, give us the Reader's Digest version. It involves
A shoe expo.
yeah.
yeah, something like that. So this was 40 years ago. So I was 6 at the time.
He's 6.5.
And I just got out of school, and I had a little bit of money, not a lot of time, had to get into business quickly. I ran to Italy knowing I'd get a better chance of getting credit from an Italian shoe factory that needed business than from an American bank that didn't, and designed cool on lady shoes, came back, had to sell it, had 2 choices at the time: take a room at the Hilton Hotel with all the other shoe companies, one of 1,100 companies, 34 stores, or take a big fancy showroom within a 2-block radius of the Hilton Hotel. Not very appealing. Certainly didn't have the money nor the time. So on a whim, called a friend who's in the trucking business, if I could figure out how to park one of your 40-foot trailers on the corner of 56th and 6th Avenue, would you lend it to me? He said, yeah, sure, jerk. You can't park a bicycle for 10 minutes in New York, let alone a truck for 3 days. If I can figure out, will you lend it to me? If you can figure it out, I'll help you decorate it. So called the mayor's office. How does one get permission to park a 40-foot trailer on the corner of 6th? They can't. Sorry, son. We do this only if you're a utility company or a production company, because we're going with an I Love New York campaign, utility, AT&T kind of. So changed the name of the company that afternoon, letterhead, stationery store, $14 later, from Kenneth Cole Inc. to Kenneth Cole Productions Inc. Filed for a permit the next day to become a full-length motion picture. We opened for business on December 2nd, and a few weeks later, and we had 2 New York policemen at our doorman, compliments of Mayor Koch at the time.
Oh my God.
And we saw every buyer in New York. We sold 40,000 pairs of shoes in 2.5 days, and we were off and running, literally. And we're still Kenneth Cole Productions, traded on the New York Stock Exchange for 20 years, KCP, and that's a real story. And
That is a real story.
That
That's
is
a beautiful
the
New
best
York
peek
story.
behind the yes.
it's a great New York story.
It is, because, you know, the whole part about the truck and you can't even park with a bicycle. We all know, we've all been there. My car's been towed more than I'd like to.
Me too.
So
It's like an only in America story.
you
It's a
got to
great
be
New York
scrappy,
story.
though, because you're an entrepreneur. You got to do what you got to do when you're starting a business.
You gotta do whatever you got to do, no matter what it takes.
You believed in
Not only
something,
what it takes.
and you made
So-
it happen.
Yeah, so now this is a lot of years later, and we have sought to stay relevant, talk to people about not just what's on their body, but what's on their mind, not just what they stand in, but what they stand for.
Right.
And the journey goes on.
That's right.
Well, that kind of segues into everything else we want to talk about with you, because there's so much. You do so much. You have done so much, and you continue to evolve. But real quick, what is your secret sauce, if you will, for the longevity of your company?
Caffeine.
Caffeine. Here, here.
You know, I just, you know, maybe I'm delusional. I just am always looking at that next horizon, and I don't look back. I don't reflect on the past, because that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And in the fashion business, you're only as good as you are relevant. And what you did yesterday is fine. It gets you in the door, but you've got to be relevant every day.
That's right.
And it's, you know, it's hard, but it's what gets you up in the morning. It's what's so exciting about the business. And how do I provide for you, in a way. How do I give you what you want, but not how you're expecting it? And because I don't believe customers want me to tell them or look to us to tell them what they should wear. I think they know what they want. We just have to give it to them in a fun way.
Yeah,
and
be
a
3
creative
steps
way.
ahead, literally.
That's right, and I love that part of Kenneth Cole production has been with an eye towards mental health, especially in an industry that is so hyper-focused on our insecurities, right? And so what better way to take your nonprofit, the Mental Health Coalition, and team up with dun, 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 Sesame
Wow.
Production.
We never
like
looked
that?
so good before.
First of all, it's genius. She's got her sweatshirt. Talk to us about this.
So we set up the Mental Health Coalition several years ago because it was apparent 1 in 4 people today struggle with mental health issues. We say it's 4 in 4. If it isn't you, it's somebody you love,
Somebody you know.
somebody in the family, in the community, in the workplace. We're all struggling with it today, and especially post-COVID, especially with all the trauma that is being fed to us daily. And every day we wake up, we don't know what the next trauma is. So we're all, and I'm no different than everybody else. So how do you process it? How do you deal with it? How do you live with it? So the coalition, we brought together basically all of the NGOs in the country, and with the goal of ending devastating stigma behind mental health. Because 2/3 of those people that are struggling do so in the proverbial shadows.
Right.
Because they don't have a narrative, they don't have a vocabulary, they don't know how to talk about it, they don't have access to health care. So the coalition now is doing all this amazing stuff. And we do have an initiative that we're launching next Tuesday with the mayor in New York. And we're bringing together 100, 200 plus companies who are all going to rally around best practices and with the goal of destigmatizing mental health in the workplace. I think it changed culture if we pull that off.
And it has to come from titans of industry such as yourself across different industries.
All of us titans.
All of you, we're titans. In my mind, we're titans.
You
So
are.
talk to how did this grouch?
Titan in my own mind.
That's right. And these shoes and the whole business?
So Sesame Street is an extraordinary
It is.
Brand.
Yeah. and what they've built, a platform that they've built, they connect with people in such a profound, meaningful way. And it's basically, it's for all kids my age and younger. And but they talk to everybody, but they don't typically do it with a voice.
Yeah.
And Bert and Ernie and Cookie Monster.
And Elmo.
And Elmo. And so, but they don't typically kind of connect to you. And the goal is help young people today who are so traumatized, in some cases, they don't even know any other way. And give them some tools so that they can kind of navigate through this. So we're launching this initiative on our website on market calendars on December 2nd.
Which is the anniversary of when you started this whole business.
Which is the trailer story. I never thought you'd get there.
It's the second anniversary.
I knew I'd get it.
So good.
I had faith in me.
It's the 20th anniversary of our
20th
anniversary of our trailer.
And once again, with the thought, the crossword puzzle on the shoe, there's the word key, the forethought.
I just feel like we are in the know
forethought.
because have these even hit the streets yet?
No, don't tell anybody.
I mean,
No, and nobody here can tell anybody. This is
no
a
one
secret.
tell anybody.
You at home.
And they're not going to last long. We were unable
Do I have
to
to
make.
give this back?
Well, we'll see.
Okay, fine.
But they're going to be gone quickly because that's how good
that's how
things
it
are. They
happens,
don't
right?
last long. So, but it's a very important, timely message, and hopefully it connects with people in a meaningful, profound, meaningful way.
I'm pretty sure it
using
will.
your powers for good.
That's right.
But what people can do is, so we're doing this thing with the mayor.
Yeah.
All these companies signing on, we're going to offer them best practices. We're going to help them transform the
The whole
workplace.
thing.
But one thing you have to know real quickly.
Real quick.
Yeah.
We're getting a hard wrap.
I know, right? So if you, in a business, if you address mental health, you unequivocally improve retention, recruitment, morale,
All the
and
things.
productivity.
It's
so
proactive.
all companies could go to the Mental Health Coalition, sign
get
on
and get
to
all the
this
info.
event.
Everybody get
everything.
involved, please.
We're going to put that on our website
Oh yeah, good. Put it on
And
your
then-
screen. Put it on your website. Tell all your friends.
and all the things.
Tell everybody you know,
Kenneth
everybody you
Cole.
care about.
You are better in person than I thought you could ever possibly
Wow.
be. I truly mean that.
And so are you, despite who you're wearing.
Listen, the Sesame Workshop Collection launches, as he said, on Saturday, December 2nd. You can get them at kennethcole.com. You can also learn more about the Mental Health Coalition, as you mentioned, and the Well-Being at Work initiative by heading to the mentalhealthcoalition.org. Once again, all of this information on your screen going to be on our site, pix11.com.